welcome to Voice-A-Palooza 7. We have an incredible lineup here tonight, and I'm going to waste no time introducing them to you one by one. We'll go in order of how they're standing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as an author. You know him as Sniper. We know him as John Patrick Lowrie. Please welcome John Patrick Lowrie. She is the nicest, megalomaniacal individual you'll ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ellen McLain. This guy had me killed in Skyrim. But we're making up tonight. Well, we made up last year. But tonight, we're still going to have a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexander Brenner. You heard him earlier tonight. He's a master, a maestro on the ukulele. You know him from Fallout 3 and 4. Please welcome Michael Rosson. Michael Rosson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of my dearest friends. You know her as Scribe Hagelin from Fallout 4. Here is Jen Johns. We didn't hear you. I'm just going to assume it was witty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of fun planned for you here this evening. Up here on the stage, you have all these wonderful actors, these voices of different video games, of film, of music. And today, we are going to pervert their talents to our own evil ends. We are going to do a movie clip for you, using character voices that should not ever be used in this film. We are going to do a second movie clip that will scandalize you and will make everyone who wasn't here tonight sorry. We are going to do a poetry jam. That's right. We're bringing a little class to this proceeding. We are going to do a poetry jam that has classical poetry read by voices that should never, ever read classical poetry. We will create a video game on this stage from your suggestions. You will tell us the name, you will tell us the title, you will tell us the characters and who will play them. And it will be awful. And on your seats, take a look. Let me see if you have those little index cards. Raise them up. There are a number of pens floating around amongst you. What I wish you to do is to write on those cards a phrase. It could be a famous phrase. It could be something your mother used to tell you. It could be your own little poem. It could be something so foul that the paper will disintegrate on its way to the stage. We want you to write something down, and when you're done with it, put your hand up in the air with the card. And gentlemen over there, ladies who are going to be picking them up, you see them waving over there. One of them is indeed the real Green Lantern. They will pick up the cards and deliver them here to the stage. Now, let me see what we have here. Oh my. Now, the movie, now let's not start with the movie, shall we? We shall not start with one of the movies. I'd like to start with each and every one of these individuals on the stage. We'll start at the other end with John, explaining who you are, what you do, and how in hell did you get talked into doing this? So
we got free tickets to the Caps.
Yeah!
What I'm supposed to say is who I am, what I am, and how I got talking to you.
Something like that.
Okay, all right. So who I am is John Patrick Lowrie. People know me as Mrs. GLaDOS. I'm a voice actor. I've done like 27, 28 video games. And what I am also answers the third question of how I got talked into doing this. What I am is stupid. And so all it took was, some people have standards, some people have a high price for humiliating themselves. All it took for me was one ticket to a Caps game, and here I am. So,
and they won, so that helped.
They won, that's right. If they had lost, I would have been so happy.
And I'm Ellen McLain, and I'm Mrs. John Patrick Lowrie. And I'm the voice of GLaDOS and the administrator in Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch and Half-Life 2 and Gypsy Danger in Pacific Rim. And I am here because I got a free ticket from Wes Johnson to the Caps game, and they won, and I got to hear his fabulous monster truck voice. Announcing, yes.
It's all based on bribery, really.
Yeah. Most everything is.
Yeah. Brad, take backs.
How am I going to follow that? Okay, hi, I'm Alexander Brandon. I'm a composer, a sound designer, a voice actor, and yes, I'm very humbled to be in the presence of such amazing talent. And it would be amazing if I could just, would you mind if I be Watley for just a moment? If you could just look over here, and if I could do Watley to GLaDOS. Never mind. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, so anyway, yes, I'm a huge moron. So yeah, big Portal 2 fan and Portal fan. Anyway, so I am yes, I'm the voice of Kano, the person you love to hate in Skyrim. I also play the voice of General Zod and let's see, Black Adam in DC Universe Online. I've also written the music for games like Tyrion and Unreal Tournament and Deus Ex, and most recently stuff like Dust and Elysian Tale, which is an amazing, cool independent game. Yes. Awesome Dust fans out there. I am here because the remarkable and incomparable Wes Johnson, let's give him a round of applause, please, invited me to be here, and thank you. You rock, man.
Yeah, thank you for saying that now, but you murdered me in cold blood. Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, and I'm a comedy holic.
Hi, Mike.
I see you've been. I still am trying to figure out who I am, but my name's Mike Rosson. I'm a voice actor most recently, and a singer, songwriter, performer, maker of merriment all up and down the stage. Silly guy. How did I get talked into this? Wes asked me, and I do everything he tells me. Isn't that right?
I didn't know that. Such power.
And I'm just glad to be here.
Hello. Hi, I'm Jan Johns, and I'm a dork, which I think is a whale's penis. My pastor told me that once years ago.
So call yourself a dork, because that's a whale's penis.
It's good to get that advice from a pastor. They have that right on the tip of their tongue.
I was sitting on his lap.
Not whale penis. I'm sorry. I don't
Sorry. And I was on Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and Mighty Number 9 when it comes out, and Dynatron number 3, which is woo, it's gonna be fun. And how did I get here? Wes. Wes is one of the most kind-hearted people on the planet, and
fooled her.
He thinks about everybody else before himself. So I'm a devotee to Wes Johnson. So.
Well, and also, did you tell him who you play? Your voice is who you are.
Oh, I'm Dynatron in Mighty Number 9, and then Scribe Palin in Fallout, Colette and Ellie Perkins, and then Nuka-Cola Quantum Girl in Fallout 3, and then Sierra. so frosty and delicious, you know, but anyway.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. We now are... I am Wes Johnson, and I've done voices for a number of the games at Bethesda. I started with Morrowind. I was one who said, oh yes, we've been expecting you. And back to Oblivion. I was every one of the guards who was able to look through walls, find you stealing a fork, and show up and, halt, criminal scum. Lucy and LeChance and the Dark Brotherhood. And recently, to move all the way up, I have been doing Fallout 4, where I'm Mo Cronin, who later today would like to sell each and every one of you a swatter and the Silver Shroud. Yeah! Death comes for all of you, and I shall be its shroud. Not to be a bummer, but... All right. What I have here are all these cards. Just take these randomly, pass them down. On these cards, there are quotes, there are phrases. Use your best judgment on what you may wish to read.
Wait a minute. We're supposed to have best judgment?
Not necessarily. Did anybody here come for best judgment? No best judgment. All right, whoever put gargle my balls, you can leave right now. Actually, didn't you do a toy voice? Didn't you do a voice of a toy recently? What was that?
It's a blender. A blender for Fisher Price.
For kids of how old? How old are they?
6 months to 36 months.
Okay, read that line in that voice.
Gargle my balls.
How many people would buy that toy? We're in the right crowd. We're in the right crowd tonight. So let's start now with John. John, go ahead and pick one out. We're just going to read a line in any voice you choose. Tell us what the voice is. We'll read that line and we'll move along.
Okay. Let me see. All right. I'm going to read this in the voice of the sniper. Just get him out of the way right away. Yeah. It's not waiting quick. I'm coming on to you. Sorry, that's what it says here. I didn't know it.
It's not you, man. It's the material. Absolutely. Ellen's still looking.
Lots of them. See, I only got 4. You got like 100.
Yeah, guys, share it.
I will do this in the voice of Death Prophet from Dota 2. The first law of robotics. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm.
Yes, Alexander. Pick a card, any card.
I got one in here. I guess I don't know. You can read it in any voice, really? Any ones you say?
Any voice, anything you choose.
All right, so,
folks seem to say that I sound a little bit like Morgan Freeman sometimes. Oh, I might as well go with this card right here. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like these, kids like you should be burning in hell.
I sense my new voicemail right there.
Man, following that's going to be tough. I just took the first one I saw, and looking at it, I think I'm going to attempt a Vincent Price. Unattainable vaginas are the best kind.
Wasn't that all vaginas for Vincent Price? Come on, he's dead. It's not hurting his feelings things at all.
Well, okay, so I can't do impressions because I suck, but I can do like characters of people. So there's this woman named Gladys that I do for nothing. You've heard her before because no one will hire me to do this voice for nothing. But I love her because she is sexy. Okay, so when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Wes Johnson lemons.
Man, Dave is hurt. I want to do this one. This is lovely poetry. And I'd like to do this one is Shea Gorath, the Day Drink Out of Madness. Here we go. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, but you're kind of an asshole. I got this other card here that I don't know if I want to do in a voice. It looks like more of a request that says, can I get a date to Psycho Stick tomorrow? And I'm assuming was that meant for somebody up here, that you want to take somebody up here?
I wrote that card. That was me.
Really? Are you looking to take someone up here as a date, or anyone in the room as a date?
Anyone in the room, but I'll take you.
All right, is there anyone out there who would love to get me out of this? Let's see, who's out there? We got, all right. This gentleman over here, yes. Right over here, we've got the Green Lantern, and he's planning to use all of his wealth. Young lady, what's your name? Come on up here. Yeah, Jan was saying they're going to have 5 or 6 kids now. What is your name? Susie? Cinderella, lovely. Come on over here. Come on over here. Now, oh, this is working out well. Now, you guys, so you will go with him tomorrow to see Psycho Stick? Why not? Mark's a nice guy. That's great. Now, if you want to move things up, I am also ordained by the Universal Life Church. All right, we'll save that, but right now, I now pronounce you on a date. Oh, you can exchange room keys over there. There we go. Now that is one way that romance is done, right?
That's one way that romance is done in, I believe. Just drop that last syllable.
Well, I would like to look at another way that romance is done. How many people out there remember the movie When Harry Met Sally? Yeah? Do you remember the diner scene? Now I have the...
Remember any other scene?
Nobody remembers any other scene, no. Well, I remember them saying things like pecan pie. I remember pecan pie. Now I have 3 scripts. One is for someone to read the rundown, basically to give you the stage directions. And why don't I hand that right here to Alexander Brandon? Would you read the instructions as we go through the script? Now, we have to have a Harry and a Sally for this. Harry, I would like this to be you, John Patrick Lowrie. And Sally, I would like to be Ellen McLain. If you guys could play these characters, this wonderful back and forth, male versus female romantic scene with a very big ending, as Sniper and GLaDOS. Pass that down to Ellen there. Now there is one line at the end of this scene, and it is not being given to anyone here on this stage. It is being given to you, the audience. So at the point it comes, I will go like this, and you will all say together, I'll have what she's having. This is your only and one rehearsal. Are you ready? I'll have what she's having. Oh, they're naturals. They're naturals. All right, guys, so how are we feeling over there? Are we ready?
I have page numbers 19, 19, and 23.
Pass those back, please.
But only the numbers are wrong. Look at the script.
The numbers are all wrong. They're in the right order.
Okay. So 23 comes first, then the 119 comes second, and then the other 19 comes third.
That's right. It's just the way they've written it. I think the whole script was kind of cobbled together, but it's in the right order.
What's the last one?
Yes, that's the last line. After Ellen finishes her last big line, I will give this, and you guys will follow through.
So that's the second 19. That's the first. So 23 comes first, then 19, and then the other 19.
That's exactly right. Craziness, but it's true. But start on the first line where we go into the diner, and that would be Alexander leading the way in. Ladies and gentlemen, when Sniper met GLaDOS.
Exterior Carnegie Delicatessen Day. Interior Carnegie Delicatessen Day. Harry and Sally, each about to eat large pastrami sandwiches.
So, what do you do with these women? You just get up out of bed and leave?
Sure.
Explain to me how you do it. What do you say?
I haven't had a meeting, an early haircut, an early squash game.
You don't play squash.
They don't know that. They just met me.
That's disgusting.
Oh no, I feel terrible.
I am so glad I never got involved with you. I just would have ended up being some lady you had to get out of bed and leave at 3 in the morning and go clean your andirons. And you don't even have a fireplace. Not that I would know this.
Why are you getting so upset? This isn't about you.
Yes, it is. You're a human affront to all women, and I'm a woman.
Look, I don't feel great about this, but I don't hear anyone complaining.
Of course not. You're out the door too fast.
I think they have an okay time.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know? I know.
Because they...
She makes a gesture with her hands.
Yeah, because
He makes the same gesture back.
How do you know they're really...
She makes the same gesture.
What are you saying? They fake orgasm?
It's possible.
Get out of here.
Why? Most women at one time or another have faked it.
Yeah, well, they haven't faked with me, okay?
How do you know?
Because I know.
Oh, right. I forgot. You're a man.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's just that all men are sure it never happens to them, and all women at one time or another have done it. You do the math.
You don't think I can tell the difference?
No.
Please. Don't be ridiculous.
Sally just stares at Harry. A seductive look comes on her face. Slowly she laughs into the beginning of what builds to be a wild orgasm.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Are you alright?
Oh God, oh God, oh yes, oh God. Great, yes, I'm coming. Oh, yes, yes, yes. God, honey, honey. Oh my God. Honey. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. God. Thank you.
Sally finishes, takes another bite of her sandwich, smiles innocently. Hold on, Harry, in shock, and the rest of the customers and waiters who couldn't help but overhear Sally's performance. Older woman customer to a nearby waiter.
I'll have a cheese salad. Huzzah! That's how love is done. The orgasm was a lie. Love is done. Page 23, then page 19, and the other page 19. So what do y'all think? You having a good time so far? Is that something you expected to see tonight? Yeah. Yes?
These people are sick.
Well, you know what? What? Oh yes, you remember them from another Voice-A-Palooza. We don't even have to do anything. They're laughing at the last one we did. All right, guys, let's pull out our cards real quick before we move to something else. Find a card you would like. I don't know what this means. It really all depends on whether your card ends up near the top, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. Let's, who wants to start off? Who has a good one? Ellen.
The administrator in Team Fortress 2. Anyone can suck penis, but nobody can pee suckness.
Voice-A-Palooza, where you hear classy actresses say penis. Who's next? Who's got a good one? All right, Alexander.
I will do this in the voice of Agent Smith. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness, Dementia Raven Gray, and I have long ebony black hair with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. I'm a goth, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there, Mr. Anderson. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather mini skirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots.
Excellent.
Mine's short. You're just gonna let that one lie there? This as Pudge from Dota 2.
Oh, fuck the entire cast of Friends.
Jan,
I'm trying to figure out which one.
shall we go with Mike?
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Something here. Rather dire apocalyptic pronouncement. I thought I'd funny it up as Bugs Bunny.
And thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. Doc.
I was going to do my mother's voice, but it doesn't sound like her, but it's her voice in my head, so this is her.
Yes. Oh, these melons are comically large.
But she didn't breastfeed me, and I was bummed.
And I'm going to do this one here as Hermaeus Mora.
And he whispered into her ear, liquid pizza, and left without another word.
Read the subtitles. All right, folks. It is time to get some class up in this joint. We are going to enter the poetry jam phase of Voice-A-Palooza. And I've looked through all these poems, went looking through all these poems to try to find some classical poems, and I discovered that most poetry is about romance, or death, or romance and death. But some were a little funnier than others, so I think I would like to start off with Mike Rosson on this one to get us kicked off. We have a lovely classic poem I'm sure you've all heard called "Oh Captain, My Captain" by Walt Whitman. Now, instead of applauding, let me hear you all applaud real quick. Get out of your system. Okay, it sounds lovely. You've all worked wonders as an audience. No. What I'd like for you now to do is click your fingers. When you like something, when they finish, we get all clicky. Yeah.
We're all beatniks now.
That's right, we're going beatnik on this thing. So, this is "Oh Captain, My Captain" by Walt Whitman, as read by Popeye the Sailor.
Oh, Captain, my Captain by Walt Whitman. Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. Oh, we got it, you. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel. Oh, the vessel grim and daunting. But oh, hot! Oh, bleeding drops of lead. Oh, went on the deck my captain lies. Oh, fallen cold and dead. Oh, Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Oh, rise up if our flag is flown for you, the bugle trills. For you the bouquets and ribbon wreaths, for you the shores are crowding. For you they call the swaying mast, their eager faces turning. Dear Captain, dear Father, this arm beneath your head. Wait till I eat some spinach here. It is some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. I don't like this at all. My Captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel me on. He has no pulse, no will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip, O victor ship, comings and bardic one. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells. Oh, but I was mournful tread. What the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Go, go, my captain, go.
It's like pebbles raining down a brook. So, who has a voice of doom? You have a voice of doom, sir?
I actually am the voice of doom in Dota 2.
Fair enough. Then I would like to pass this down to you. This is a gentleman by the name of Jack Pruletsky, and it's called "As Soon as Fred Gets Out of Bed." And if you could read that for us with a voice, the voice of doom.
As soon as Fred gets out of bed, by Jack Pruletsky. As soon as Fred gets out of bed, his underwear
goes on his head. His mother laughs. Don't put it there. A head's no place for underwear. But near his ears, above his brains, is where Fred's underwear remains. At night, when Fred goes back to bed, he definitely pulls it off his head. His mother switches off the light and softly croons, "Good night, good night." And then, for reasons no one knows, Fred's underwear goes on his toes. Thank you. Clicking, clicking, clicking. We're all clicking. Thank you. You drove the beatniks into applause. Now I need something very sweet and light. Who has a very sweet and light voice? We'll get to that soon. You have a very sweet and gentle. I can give you either, these are two very light and breezy poems, Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson, or Requiescat by Oscar Wilde. This one's shorter. Was that the one you wanted, Ellen?
I think she's asleep, so.
Okay. It has that effect, poetry, on some people. I believe so.
Okay. So you want like a really like little kid voice, or you want like a?
What do you guys think? They like that one.
I want like a little gravel to it, like a little nose. Is it Requiescat by Oscar Wilde? Tread lightly, she is near, under the snow. Speak gently, she can hear the daisies grow.
This is fucking terrifying.
All you need is like music box music.
All her bright golden hair, tarnished with rust, she that was young and fair, fallen to dust. Lily-like, white as snow, she hardly knew she was a woman, so sweetly she grew. I got the cadence off on that one, I'm sorry. Coffin board, heavy stone, lie on her, can I say this? Breast. I vex my heart alone, she is at rest. Peace, peace, she cannot hear. Fire our side, all my life's buried here. Heap earth upon it. Death.
Yes, snap, please, or she will come for you tonight. Okay, how many people out there are very afraid right now? Now, I think, Alexander, this one would be good for you, but I don't know how you would wish to read it. Maybe something very, very macho. Very, very macho. Give us a little something. Hey! Yeah, that's it. The Bear in There by Shel Silverstein. Bear in There by Shel Silverstein. There's a polar bear in that fridge there. Likes it because it's cold in there.
He's eating the meat, and his face in the fish, his big hairy paws in a buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles, munching the rice, slurping the soda, licking the ice. Let's have a roar if you open the door. It gives me a scare to know he's in there. That polar bear in our frigid air.
Very nice, very nice. Now, Ellen, what kind of voice do you think you would like to do a nice poem with? Something.
Oh, mother.
Oh my. Well, that sounds lovely, and it sounds perfect for If by E.E. Cummings.
If rebels were lovely, and day was night, and measles were nice, and a lie weren't a lie, life would be a delight. But things couldn't go right, for in such a sad plight, I wouldn't be I. If earth was heaven and now was hence, and past was present and false was true, there might be some sense, but I'd be in suspense, for on such a pretense, you wouldn't be you. If fear were plucky, and globes were square, and dirt was cleanly, and tears were glee, things would seem fair, yet they'd all despair. For if here was there, we wouldn't be we.
I know. So if anybody misbehaves here today, we're going to lock you in a room with Ellen and Jan for the rest of the night. I sense many bedwettings here tonight at the Gaylord. And I have one here. I'm going to go with Shell again, if that's all right. And I'd like to read this one as Mo Cronin from Fallout 4. Somebody over there was like, oh no. All right, let me see. Hang on, here we go. This is Messy Room by Shel Silverstein. Whosoever's room this is should be ashamed. His underwear is hanging on a lamp. His raincoat is there in the overstuffed chair. And the chair is becoming quite mucky and damp. And his workbook is wedged in the window. His sweater's been thrown on the floor. His scarf and one ski up beneath the TV, and his pants been carelessly hung on the door. His books are all jammed in the closet. His vest has been left in the hall. A lizard named Ed is asleep in his bed in his smelly old sock. He's been stuck to the wall. Whosoever room this is should be ashamed. Donald, or Robert, or Willie, Oh, you say it's mine? Oh dear, I knew it looked familiar. Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our Poetry Jam. Sometimes applause can be a very good thing. Sometimes applause can say, oh, thank God. Shall we all do a card really quickly? Yeah! All right. Now, someone out there wanted a Washington Capitals voice, right? All right, here we go. Your waitful is shared!
Okay, here's George C. Scott as George Patton.
Who?
Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space.
This appeals to GLaDOS's poetic sense again. Roses are red, violets are blue, garlic bread, blink, 182.
One that's short and sweet in the voice of Black Adam from DC Universe Online.
It is 1:43 in the morning, and I eat the fried chick.
Try that, The Rock.
I've got one here that was very nicely requested of me to do in the voice of Don Knotts. And Andy told me he wanted to go to a strip club. And I said, I don't want to see Andy dance again.
Everyone take a moment to wash their brains.
Aunt Bee was a people pleaser, you guys. She would stop at nothing to make sure you were satisfied. I'm going to do this in the voice of Scribe Halen, which is pretty much my voice, but she's way smarter than me. Okay. Do what you gotta do. Did you ever go to make a pork sausage and find it has hair growing all over it?
That was a question, guys.
Yes. Baby.
Maybe?
All right, guys, normally this is the point of the show where we would do a movie, and then we'd make up a video game from scratch, but let's just call it quits and we'll all go to the bar. All right, how many people say we do the movie? Pretty lukewarm, I think. Yeah. How many people think that we should quit and go to the bar? How many people out there are buying? Decidedly less people than raised their hand before. What? Well, we'll do that later. Let's make a rain check on that. In the meantime, I would like to have me cast a movie here. We are going to do Star Wars. The Force Awakens. Now we're going to start here with the bad guys. In this particular section of the scene, we're going to go from the bad guys, Snoke, and that evil emo force of Kylo Ren. Now, I would like to pass this script down to Ellen McLain. I would like Ellen to be Snoke. And after what I just heard a second ago, I don't think anybody here could cover the emotional resonance, the deep manlyhood of Kylo Ren like Mike Rosson is Don Knotts. Now, Tell me your character there that you did just a little ago. Pudge. Pudge has a unique sound. Doesn't even have to make a whole lot of words to get that feeling, right?
Not really. No.
I love that. I'd like Pudge to be Chewbacca. And we're going to throw you an extra line and have you do General Hux as well. Who could General Hux be?
Let's see. I remember General Hux. Let me see. How about Storm Spirit? You know
Storm Spirit? Let's hear it.
Storm Spirit is a mighty thespian.
I love it. That's awesome. Now, we have 2 more roles here. I would like, as the toy that you played, let's hear that toy again.
Green foods are yummy to eat, so try some grapes. They can't beat me.
Ray. And we now have, you're going to decide who we're going to do or who we're going to play. We have 2 lines left, 2 characters left. One is Finn, which should be either me or Alex, or it will be Han Solo.
Have Alex be Han.
Alex be Han, in what voice?
Morgan Freeman.
You want to be Morgan Freeman?
And I am going to do Finn, and Finn is the voice of the Washington Capitals. Look for great versatility in these line readings. All right, and I will do the read through on this. Is that all right?
Stage direction?
Yes, the stage directions. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not supposed to be read anywhere, at any time. But we're a rebel, Dottie. So here we go. Star Wars, The Force Awakens, exterior, Starkiller Base Day. A pair of TIE fighters roar towards a magnificent planet, frozen white. This is the Starkiller Base, a natural planet that has been hacked and modified into something sinister. Over this, we hear a deep, almost soothing voice, a voice very much in control of power.
The droid will soon be delivered to the Resistance.
Kylo Ren and General Hux in a dark space, looking upward at someone addressing them. We're in a massive, dark assembly room. Old, wounded, fragile, and powerful all at the same time, Snoke speaks.
Leading them to the last Jedi. If Skywalker returns, the new Jedi will rise.
Supreme Leader, I take full responsibility for...
General, our strategy must now change.
The weapon, it is ready. I believe the time has come to use it. We shall destroy the government that supports the Resistance, the Republic without their friends to protect them. The Resistance will be vulnerable, and we will stop them before they reach Skywalker.
Snoke considers, almost seems to die for a moment, then...
Go. Oversee preparations.
Yes, Supreme Leader. I want only blue tangos in my dressing room.
General Hux, proud cocksure, exits. Kylo Ren watches him go. Snoke sits, a new intimacy in his voice.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Yeah.
There's something more. The droid we seek is aboard the Millennium Falcon, in the hands of your father, Han Solo.
Kylo Ren reacts with subtle but real surprise.
Well, he needs nothing to me.
Even you, Master of the Knights of Ren, have never faced such a test.
Kylo Ren with steely resolve.
Well, by the grace of your training, I will not be seduced.
We shall see. We shall see.
A gentle, satisfied nod from Snoke, and Kylo Ren, obsessed, filled up, whatever that means, exits. Snoke watches him disappear, a grotesque evil smile growing, and disintegrates. Snoke has been a hologram all along. Exterior, light speed, space, day, racing with the Falcon through the string light of light speed. Chaos intercut between the cockpit where Han and Rey pilot, alarms sounding, problems everywhere, and the lounge where Chewie yelps. As Finn nervously works to bandage his shoulder. Sparks fly.
Electrical overload.
I can fix that.
The coolant's leaking.
Try transferring auxiliary power to the secondary tank.
The secondary tank, I got it.
Chewie howls in pain. Finn hangs in there, wraps a bandage on Chewie's shoulder. Chewie roars. BB-8 scurries off. Chewie, come on! I need help with this giant hairy thing! Stop moving, Chewie!
Now, if you hurt Chewie, you're gonna deal with me.
As Finn struggles to bandage the Wookiee. Hurt him! He almost killed me 6 times! Which is fine! In the Falcon cockpit.
This hyperdrive blows. There's gonna be pieces of us in 3 different systems.
Han at the controls when all alarms stop. Rey, satisfied, sits in the co-pilot seat. Han is confused.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
He looks at her, a little appreciative laugh.
Move, ball.
Han exits walking past BB-8. Han kneels at Chewie, who lies awake, but recovering. He checks his friend's wound with care. Chewie moan talks.
Now, don't say that. You did great. Just rest.
Han turns to Finn, who sits at the hollow chess set, BB-8 beside him. This is awkward for Han, but damn, he means it.
Good job, kid. And thanks.
You're welcome! Finn has accidentally hit a button on the chess set, and the pieces appear. Looking up at Finn curiously, the pieces start to fight as Finn fiddles with the controls, trying to turn it off.
So, fugitives, huh?
The First Order wants the map. Finn is with the Resistance. I'm just a scavenger.
Han gives Finn a skeptical once-over as Finn finally manages to turn off the chess set. As Rey enters, Han looks to BB-8.
Let's see what you got.
Go ahead.
BB-8 rolls forward, suddenly projects a holographic map filling the room, planets, stars, systems. They all react. Chewie sits to look up.
This map's not complete. It's just a piece. Ever since Luke disappeared, people have been looking for him.
Why'd he leave?
He was training a new generation of Jedi. One boy, an apprentice, turned against him and destroyed it all. Luke felt responsible. He walked away from everything.
Do you know what happened to him?
Well, first I'm gonna check my hearing aid and then I'll answer you. There's a lot of rumors, stories. The people who knew him the best think he went looking for the first Jedi temple.
The Jedi were real?
I used to wonder that myself. Thought it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Magical power holding together good, evil, the dark side, and the light. The crazy thing is, it's true. The Force, the Jedi, all of it. It's all true.
And Chewie roared. The end. Oh my. I don't know. What do you think? Better than the original? You know, Peter Mayhew can't last forever. Well, we're going to read one more card and then we're going to open this up for some questions before we do our game. So, if anyone wants to come up here and line up at the podium, if you have any questions for anybody up here in the voice acting stage, head over to the podium. In the meantime, we will flip through your cards. Flip, flip, flip. Flip, flip. Stand by. We'll be with you. You're first in line.
Well, someone has given this to me to read as the sniper.
Okay.
So I'll give it my best shot. And you guys decide if this person, needs medication.
Sonny, too loud is the greatest thing in the world. Except maybe a nice MLT. A mutton, lettuce and tomato sandwich. When the mutton is nice and lean. It's so perky. I love that. Perky mutton is like talking to your dad on the phone.
Come on, that was poetry, man. That was poetry.
Someone requested this, says GLaDOS. I don't know if this is a misprint. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Which was just recorded by somebody who will be played back in a room tonight.
I like her to call me Dave sometimes.
What do you have?
Just something simple in the, let's see, with the voice of Ian McKellen, perhaps. With great power comes bad fuel economy.
I thought I'd dig up another ancient classic cartoon voice, Mr. Magoo. Sing some lyrics that you might recognize, again, from the long past. Oh, Billie Jean, she's not my lover. She's just a girl. Oh, Pootie, I am the one. By George.
Okay. This is just a New York kind of Brooklyn accent. So,
Oh, unattainable vaginas are the best kind.
Someone wrote a novel on this one. I think this is from Kill Bill. You let me know. But I'd like to do it as if it was being done by James Gandolfini as Tony Soprano.
As your leader, I encourage you from time to time, in a respectful manner, to question my logic. If you aren't convinced that a particular plan of action I decided to is the wisest, then tell me so. But allow me to convince you, and I promise you right here and now, no subject will ever be taboo. except of course the subject that was just under discussion. The price will pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative is I collect your fucking head. Just like this fucker here. Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!
Which is a perfect way to bring up questions from the crowd.
That's a segue, my friend.
Yes, what is your name? Arsenio? Everyone say, hi, Arsenio.
My question is, do you ever mess with telemarketers in character?
Yes. Yes, anyone have a story?
I had a guy yelling at me the other day. I tried to not match his accent, but do a similar. It was someone from the East, you know, and he was calling about a credit card, you know, they do, and I said, which card do you mean? Which one? I had several. Which one are you calling? And he said, MasterCard, Visa. Oh, okay, which one? MasterCard, Visa, which one? And he actually, at some point said, man, you are really stupid, you know, I don't like you anymore kind of thing. Why don't you shut up? And he hung up on me, and I laughed.
Success. Anybody else?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, what I like to do is take it to like a metaphysical level. You know, I'm sorry. You want to talk to me about my credit card? We're talking about. I mean, how can you talk to me about my credit card without first coming to some sort of rational conclusion about the theory of property? I mean, is property thievery or is it property not? No, come on. Marx said property is thievery and religion is the opiate of the masses. I mean, what are you doing here? What are you talking to me about my credit card here? Are you saying that I am the iron heel on the neck of the working class? What are you talking to me about here?
I'm going to transfer you to my supervisor. You know, but you did the right thing. What you do is you stretch it out for them because they're all on their time. They have a certain amount of time if they're selling something to try to get it across to you, which is why I like to answer as the old man. And the old man stutters. So the old man is like, my son is not here right. My son is not here right now, but if you have a few minutes just to spare, I'd like to talk to you about the Lord. That usually chases them right off. Jane, you said that you had one?
Oh, yeah. I had a recent one. A friend of mine got one of those IRS phone calls, you know, the scam, and so he put the phone number up on Facebook. It says, any of my voice actor friends just call. So I called, I did Gladys, and I go, baby, we saying I didn't pay my taxes. Are you telling me they're gonna put me in jail? Am I gonna die?
My God, that's the worst when Harry Met Sally voice.
Thank God I was making it.
I have one.
Yeah.
As it turns out, I got this from a comedian. I don't remember which comedian it was, but I did do it once, and somebody was saying, you know, would you like to do X, Y, or Z and to purchase whatever it is we're trying to sell you? And I say, wait, hold on a second. I need you to help me with something. Could you help me? There's what I'm doing is there's an awful lot of it's red and it's on the floor, and it looks like, oh God, there's so much. I think it's blood. Can you maybe? I think there's an arm. I don't even know whose arm it is. Should I call 911? What do I? That usually really makes them hang up.
I did try that one myself, and they called me back.
But we haven't yet talked about the ultimate weapon.
What's that?
Finger quotes.
Finger quotes?
Yeah. So they call me up. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, I want to offer you a new credit card. You want to offer me? It works every time. I'm going to get my supervisor. You're going to get your supervisor. Finger quotes, man. It's
Word satisfaction. Thank you very much. Thank you. Was that enough? Tales of woe? Is the microphone down or yell into it? Maybe.
Do I need to yell into this?
There we go. Just put your mouth right over top of it.
So, what I do with them?
What do you do with them?
Alright, so I give them the standard smuggling run.
The what?
So, I mess around with them by making them think I'm doing a smuggling run.
Ah.
So, I'm like...
I understand you did that in, what, 12, yeah.
No, about 8.5 parsecs. So I get the standard rundown, like, alright, outside of Federation Starship, they don't see me yet. I'm Comms Dark. Why are you calling me? 28 tons of onion head, which is illegal in this system. You want me to get a credit card and cruise? I just got back from smuggling 86 tons of slaves. You think I want a credit card? Oh shit, I didn't notice me.
Next question.
Who is this? The nervous pilot. Excellent. Give it up for him. The nervous pilot. I think that's the next cosplay. The nervous pilot. It's really just a pilot outfit with a big wet spot. That's all it is. Let's jump to our next question. Thank you very much. Step on over. What is your name?
Steven.
Hi, Steven.
I was curious if you've encountered a situation where you look at a line of dialogue. You look at a line of dialogue, you read it to yourself, and you go, "Yeah, that sounds good." But when it comes to recording it, it just doesn't sound right, no matter how you say it. And if so, are you usually able to do anything about it?
Well, I don't want to sound arrogant here, but when I say it, it sounds right. No, it's an interesting question. You know, what you're really talking about is you instigate a conversation with the writer or the director in the booth, in the control room, because if you don't know why you're saying it, that can make it sound weird.
And sometimes just the style of the dialogue doesn't fit the character you're working with.
Well, that's
it doesn't fit well in the mouth, so you just change it a little bit. Right. Get the right idea across, but change it a bit to work with your character.
And often writers are all over that.
Yeah.
They want, because they're trying to come up with lines, but particularly writing for games is different than writing a screenplay or a play, where you really have a hold of who the character is and their arc and where they're going and what they want. Sometimes characters in video games are so sparse in their dialogue that the writer can get it wrong.
Yeah, and also,
well, yeah, I mean, punch is bulletproof, but
inadvertently tongue twisters. Words piled up that look good on paper, but spoken out loud don't really run trippingly off the tongue.
Or the endless sentence.
Yeah.
The endless sentence.
Where's the punctuation? I need to breathe.
Yeah, you're really talking about starting a conversation with the writers and the director to make sure that it comes out what they want.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Elliot.
Hi, Elliot. Hi. What's your question?
Before I actually get to my question, I gotta say your New York accent almost sounded like a Jewish mother.
They have a few of those in New York.
But this is my question. I'm actually trying to become an aspiring voice actor myself.
Then you are an aspiring voice actor.
Yes.
So you've realized your dream. Great.
Yeah. That's it for Elliot.
But I just want to know, this could be for any of you, how did you guys start off becoming
you missed my panel. It was earlier this evening and about how the hell did I get here? And I started doing stand-up comedy. But then it went from there.
I was working in film and they said, put this guy on audio only.
I started writing game soundtracks. Eventually I became an audio director and forced my way into a role called Tech Sergeant Kaplan in Deus Ex.
Define forced. Define forced.
Forced? Oh, I just sort of snuck my way into the booth because there was nobody to stop me.
Also, musicians, very strong fingers. Just saying.
Ellen and I both started working as DJs on an NPR station, and that's how we got into it. But we were already actors, so the actor part is important.
Did you guys have an NPR voice?
Yes.
Wait a minute, pull up one of your cards and read a line in your NPR voice.
She needs to talk about basketball in her NPR voice. This is something that she actually said.
Okay.
You should say it.
Okay, she said. And then an opposing player made an offensive move. Oh, an offensive move.
No, I remember I was reading some copy and it was some sort of business report and said that, real estate prices had gone up in 3 states. Florida, California, and Florida. And I just read it because I was just reading. So things like that.
And when you say things like that, obviously a career is in the offing.
Yeah. We've all done the rip and read with many different disasters.
Yes.
They're not all paper cuts.
No.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, sir. Say your name for us. Everybody say, hi, Thor.
I just use my big boy voice. Yes, that's my real name. But my question is to all of you. As an actor coming up in the field and everything, what was the turning point where you quit your day job? When you realized you needed to quit your day job and pursue your craft full time? What was that turning point?
That's a very good question. When I got out of college, I did all sorts of things. Lots and lots of hours of phone solicitation. Thank you very much. Messed with me. I handed out flyers on the street corner. I was a hostess in a Chinese restaurant, etc., etc., etc. So I wouldn't even call those day jobs. Oh, John and I, when we first moved to Seattle, we worked at Cossack Caviar, and we packed fish eggs for bait.
Because we weren't skilled enough to pack fish eggs for sushi.
Yeah. So, and we made $6 an hour.
But we only did that for like a week.
All the fish eggs you could
Yeah,
eat.
we did it for a while. Then I worked at an investment company in Seattle for several weeks. Top floor of a gorgeous building, except I was filing, and I was in a room with no windows. And I was filing after somebody who had filed who did not know their alphabet.
But then one day I came home and I said, honey, I found a refrigerator box. No more rent.
No, but when do you quit your day job? John and I have a rule that any money we make, 10% of it goes in the bank. And sometimes we save even more than that. And we've been doing this for decades. We save 10% of everything we make because we don't always have work.
I call it weaning yourself from your day job. It's it's something that some people are comfortable with, some people aren't. I would shoot myself if I knew what I was going to be making 3 years from now. My friend Mike Williams, an anthropologist, calls me a hunter-gatherer. I like to look for the grape, find the grape, eat the grape, and go look for another grape. Living on a gig economy as opposed to a job economy is a completely different thing. you learn that you are your own small business, and you behave like a small business. You have cash reserves and all this kind of weird stuff. But that's really the kind of thinking that you need to get into.
And people are used to getting paychecks. You do your job every 2 weeks or every month or how often you get it, you get a paycheck. When you do a job, you walk out of that job and it's like, you might get it in a month. You might get it much later. You might call back and go, hey, remember me, in about 3 months, depending on who it is you're working for. So this is very difficult because you can't call up creditors and tell them, listen, you'll get it when I get it. They frown upon that, and you can feel the frown through the phone. Yeah. So I haven't given up my day job. I just have lots of other jobs. I'm at any given moment working 3 or more different jobs to try to make ends meet. And my retirement plan is death. So that's the life of a performer right there. Absolutely. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I have not quit my day job. My day job is too sweet. And I love...
Contract killer?
I thought we were going to talk about the...
Right, sorry.
No women, no kids.
But I'm lazy and I'm happy with life, the way life is. I can work and work and work.
Awesome, thanks so much. I just want to say also, you guys are inspiration, and what gets actors like me confidence keep going out there and keep practicing the craft, keep going out there so people can
Keep practicing and don't give up.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Cody Jones.
Hi, Cody Jones.
Cody Jones.
So unlike Mr. Thor, I'm going to use my little man voice, aimed at the microphone. Which role taught you the most about how to voice act?
About what?
About how to voice act.
About how to voice act.
So what
role taught you the most about how to voice act? You know, for me, I'm going to say that it was the voices I did for Morrowind, because performing the characters, it was a different kind of thing. I'd done a lot of animation. I had not done anything as interactive as an RPG up to that point. So they bring to me a character, he's bald, he's got a goatee, and he's like, oh yes, we've been expecting you. And suddenly he was all the Bretons, and I started playing the game after I did the voiceover for it. And I discovered something, that when you're playing the game and you're in that world, it's so immersive that, I mean, sometimes you play for so long, you're into it, that you go to sleep later that night and you dream in that world. And, I mean, how many flea striders have I been on in my sleep? But that's another story. I basically listened to that and played it so that when I went back and auditioned for Oblivion, I came at it with a whole different approach, and I spoke to Mark Lambert, who's the voice director at Bethesda, and he said, we don't want you to do it the way you've done it before. I said, I don't want to do it the way I've done it before. And every time I walked into the booth from here on out, I would close my eyes if I didn't have to read the lines. But in my mind, and I go into that environment, I try to make it as realistic and immersive when I'm in there as I possibly can, because I imagine myself in that world, being that person, doing those things actually there. I'm not in that small little booth anymore. I'm in that world, and if I don't believe it, nobody else will believe it, because I played the game and started playing the games and immersing myself in the actual, medium that I was working in. It changed it for me.
You become the character, and then you start to understand it from the other perspective as someone who played the game.
Except for the method stuff I did as Lucy and LeChance, which I really regret. Most are pretty good.
I just wanted to add something to that. I've been playing games forever, and I had, there's different things that have had profound impacts on me, just things that literally just sort of embed themselves into you, that you don't forget, and that really affect how you approach anything that creates itself as an opportunity. So one of the first things that affected me was my dad had the wherewithal and the foresight to show me the movie Alien when I was about 5 or 6 years old. So he taped it on HBO. What?
Interesting father.
Yeah. I mean, oddly enough, it actually shaped quite a bit of how I approached entertainment and acting, because in that, that first scene like with when they're all sitting around the table. It's just like, before we die, I think we ought to discuss the bonus situation. I mean, right now we deserve 4 shares, right? Mr. Parker and I feel that the bonus situation has never been on an equitable level. Yeah, you get what you're contracted for, like everybody else, and everybody else gets more than us. And it was so natural, like it felt so realistic to me at that point. And then I started playing games. And anybody here heard of audioatrocities.com? If anybody's ever go to audioatrocities.com, and you're going to hear some of the worst voice acting in history, and it happens to be from games. I'm really sorry, but people approach that as though like the voice acting is here and the game is here, and we're going to make them and mix them and put them together. And that's what, as an audio director, influenced me to do things like table reads, which had been part of film and television for I don't know how long, and other things that like things that people are doing in Avatar, where people are acting, they're doing the mocap and simulcap in the actual game in order to get those performances in. So that's really what sort of drives me. Is like I don't ever exactly like Wes is talking about. It doesn't really do it for me on a page with the standard format. It really, I really need a lot more insight into what's going on, context from the writer. If I can, I'd like to be able to play the game thoroughly beforehand so that I can get whatever context of the lines that I'm doing. And yeah, that should drive every voice actor that's working in gaming. So for what it's worth.
Yeah, I was just going to say that a lot of the things that you guys kind of celebrate the most is when we're doing something funny, or we're doing something interesting. None of that stuff works until we are what an actor calls grounded. I think the one aha moment I had working in a game was after Half-Life 2. When I did Half-Life 2, I did all the citizens. And there are several citizens, meeting citizens. Sometimes the citizens are talking to each other, and they're all me. And I kept asking people, do you want
Does that happen in your head as well? That happens in your head as well? All the citizens are you talking to each other?
Actually, right now, your voice is me talking to me. So, but I kept asking, well, do you want me to differentiate between the citizens? And they kept saying, no, the game doesn't work that way. And I hadn't seen the game yet. And then I played Half-Life 2, and I heard myself talking to myself. But it was coming out of 2 different heads, and I completely thought that it was 2 different people. And all that matters, really, is that the actor wants what the character wants. And needs what the character needs and feels what the character feels. If you're doing that, then all the other stuff, all the comedy stuff, all the dramatic stuff works. If you're not doing that, it's all bogus.
And then it's just ad copy.
Right, yeah.
And then you got to go for speed.
Right.
Thank you very much. We have time, I believe, for 2 more questions. Guys, there will also be the voice acting panel tomorrow morning. Is that noon? Or 11:30?
11:30.
11:30. Okay, I'll try not to be there at noon.
Panels 2, I think.
In panels 2 tomorrow, and there'll be a lot more of this, where you can ask questions, okay? So we want to answer everyone's questions, but unfortunately we have a video game to make tonight. So what is your name?
State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing? You sound hideous, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was like wondering, can voice acting be unexpectedly useful in certain ways?
It helps get me paid sometimes.
Well, I think what you're asking is the fact that we can lie very effectively useful to us in our regular lives? I think that it puts a special pressure on us to be honest. I think that if you are a successful liar, it puts a special pressure on you to be honest. I mean, if you're very strong, it puts a particular special pressure on you to not beat the crap out of everybody. You have an ability that you need to not use. And I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that particularly with young people are so completely hormone driven and that they can use this stuff to get relationships with people going and stuff like that. And usually those relationships fall apart.
The power of hormones.
Yeah, right. So it does, I think it does put a special pressure on us to not use it.
I think you're right. If you get that sincere thing down, they'll buy it.
And get your signal.
Many times over.
They bought it before, they just sent it back.
I'm sorry?
Did you do what you just said about the Ellen?
Did I do what to Ellen?
I think he's getting very personal right now.
Well, John and I have been married for 29 years. And it is based on honesty, absolutely. And we talk all the time. We're both big talkers, and we talk all the time.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Jake. What's your name, bud? What's it? Trenton, that's right, I remember you. Trenton, how you doing? You made it up here. All right, well, you have the last question of Voice-A-Palooza 7.
Question is, do any of you have or used to have what weird quirks that you did with good lines?
Weird quirks that we what?
Like weird things you would do while reading lines that would help you, or you just did like without realizing it.
I sucked a lot.
I would tear apart pencil erasers. Like, what? I would just kind of dig into it, and then I realized I'd look it down, and it was like all this pink stuff around me, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop that.
One thing that I learned about myself is that I realized that I would physicalize what I was, and I had to learn to not hit the microphone and stuff.
Not hitting the microphone's big. I get very Joe Cocker-like when I'm in there, and I move like the character and whatever. Yeah, take on the physicality.
If you do that, you go offline.
Right.
If you're that way and you're saying stuff like this, it's not going to work. So you have to learn to do this if you're going to move.
Exactly. That's why where the Joe Cocker comes in, because he had to move, but he had to stay on the mic as well. It always sort of looked like he was a fish caught there on the line and he's trying to get loose, the whole time. Thank you very much, Trent. Guys, we all have pens. We have some cards. If we need to use the back of a card, that would be lovely to do. We're going to start taking some suggestions from the crowd, and we will start assigning lines to each and every one of you. We're going to create a game here from scratch. We're going to get a name of a game first. Now, we've done this many times by just getting people to shout out. And at that point, we'll start hearing anything we like and we'll come to a consensus. Sound good?
That sounds good.
So in a sea of noise, we shall reach out for the big fish. Here we go. We need a name for this video game. Hold on. All right, we're going to start with the first row. Shout out. Blue fingers. No, blue stinger goes way back. That's been used 3-4 times. Second row.
Big Fish 2.
Dr. Horrible sing-along game. Our lawyers tell us that's taken. And let's go back a little farther. Ovaltine Power King.
Ovaltine Power Team?
Ovaltine Power Team.
I thought he said Ovaltine Palatine.
Is it Ovaltine Palatine or Power Team? Take your Ovaltine weapon.
I know what it is.
I know Power Team. Palatine. All right, we're going to take the Ovaltine and screw the rest of that. Give me another half of the word. It's an Ovaltine what?
Palindrome.
What?
Laser beam.
Did you say hot dogs? Hot tub? Ovaltine hot tub? Ovaltine hot tub. Yeah, it's going to get sticky tonight. All right, where? I need a place in the world. Could be in this country, could Austria, Latvia.
The moon!
Latvia, Canada. Latvia, Canada.
Which
All right. So I need to know what the name of our hero is. Julia?
Jeff.
Okay. So we heard Julia and John Madden. So the hero is Julia John Madden. That is hideous. Okay. Julia John Madden. It's John Madden, very sexily dressed. What is the name of a villain? I hear someone saying beans. 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 The villain is named Beans. What's that?
Too late, we moved on.
You said beads. I heard beans. It's written down as beans. We're going beans. All I can say is enunciate, sir. Enunciate.
Boom!
All right, so we have our hero, we have our villain. I'm going to need a household object. I've heard a toaster and I've heard a lamp. I heard white lightning. What did you hear? He's bringing out chocolate. I heard white lightning. Grease lightning. Just because we're in. I'm going to put a chocolate toaster. We're going to split the difference. Guys, when someone asks you to eat his balls, you say no. Sir, the come on line, maybe this will help your throats, will not work you tonight. Thank you very much.
We don't know what the house.
Chocolate toaster is one of our items. Now, I need, if anybody has the name of a legendary weapon, ham bone. Legendary weapon. Did I hear Thunder Seeker?
Thunder thighs. A weapon.
Thunder thighs, the weapon. Thunder thighs.
Thank you for listening to Thunder Thighs.
That is terrifying. Okay.
Wait a minute. Is Thunder Thighs a legendary weapon or an
It might be a power. I would think it's a power, would it not be? A power of Thunder Thighs. How many people out there wield the legendary power of Thunder Thighs? Did you say 7 or Kevin? 7.
7 Thunder Thighs?
7 individual
7 Thunder Thighs? All right. So right now, the game is called Ovaltine Hot Tub. It takes place in Latvia, Canada. The hero is Julia John Madden. The villain is Beans. There is somewhere in here a chocolate toaster the legendary weapon ham bone, and a power 7 thunder thighs. Now we are going to need 2 sidekicks. One is a heroic sidekick. People have been calling me out as a villain and a hero. You've captured me. What's that? Al Roker? Al Roker.
Alex Trebek.
We're hearing people watch too much TV. We've got Alex Trebek and Al Roker.
I just heard Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera. All right. And now, is Al Jazeera the hero sidekick or is it the villain sidekick? All for hero, raise your hands. All for villain, raise your hands. The heroes have it. So, Julia John Madden with her sidekick, Al Jazeera. All right, sidekick. Now we need an evil sidekick. Did somebody say Santa Claus? Santa Claus.
I heard baggy pants.
What did you hear?
Baggy pants.
Baggy pants?
Baggy pants.
So baggy pants. Yes. How about baggy pants Santa Claus?
Baggy pants Santa Claus.
All right, we'll mix those there. So the villain, it's baggy pants. Yeah, it's baggy pants Santa Claus is the sidekick.
But Santa Claus is his last name, all one word.
Yes, that's very Santa Claus. Baggy pants Santa Claus. And sidekick. All right, so who should be up here? Julia John Madden. Okay, they're saying between me or Ellen. So I'm going to say, why don't you be Julia John Madden? You want to be Julia the hero?
Sure.
Very excited about that. So Julia John Madden is Ellen. And who is the evil sidekick, Al Jazeera?
No, that's the hero sidekick.
Oh, that's the heroic sidekick. John? John, you are Al Jazeera. Now, the villain. Beans. I'm getting painted as a villain left and right here. Okay, I am Beans. Who is my sidekick? Sidekick. Baggy pants Santa Claus.
Alex.
Who?
Alex.
There's no Chad up here. Mike Jan. Those who want Mike as baggy pants Santa Claus. Those who want Jan as baggy pants Santa Claus. It's Jan. Now, that would leave Mike. We need to find something for Mike here. Did you bring your, maybe your musical accompaniment? Hey, look at that. Now you, Mike, you are going to do the love theme to Ovaltine Hot Tub to lead us in. Okay? And do you have everything here? Alex, you have everything? You are going to be our showrunner. You will be telling our story tonight. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the master storyteller, Alexander Brandon, and Ovaltine Hot Tub.
Welcome to Ovaltine Hot Tub. The love theme plays. Enter our hero, Julia John Madden. Takes a stance and exclaims,
I just love this hot tub. Al Jazeera.
Well, I'm taking a leak.
Al Jazeera looks quizzically at Julia John Madden as the hot tub swirls. Julia John Madden presses up, down, left, right, B-A, and says,
Can I have some pancakes?
What? You know I can't hear you when the toilet's flushing. What do you want?
I want some pancakes. Can you find the chocolate toaster?
Yeah, I know it's around here somewhere. Pancakes and chocolate toaster. You want chocolate pancakes in the toaster, or you want the chocolate toaster with the pancakes on top?
I want chocolate pancakes in the toaster.
Right, okay, I'll be right back. I got it. So, wait a minute, all right. So, I need, it's in the kitchen, right? Okay, I'm going, you just stay here, and how many buttons did you push on this thing, anyway?
Splish, splash, I was taken.
You keep the party hat on there.
Al Jazeera races to the kitchen in order to make the chocolate pancakes as the water starts to turn cold, but not too cold because Julia John Madden is keeping it warm with the dancing feet. But in swoops the villainous sounds of beans.
Hello, my name is Beans. Man, that is one nice looking hot tub. Oh man, if you don't mind, I'd like to jump in wearing my Speedo, loaded with my legendary weapon, Hambo.
Beans looks and suddenly takes an arrow to the knee. But the sidekick, Baggy Pants, Santa Claus jumps in to save him.
Come and sit on my lap.
I thank you very much. Hey, but I'll sit on your lap inside the hot tub right here with, hey, what's your name?
I'm Julia John Madden, and there's not enough room in this tub. I think I'm drowning.
Hey, Julie, I can't find the banner anywhere. Who started the party and didn't invite me? Who are you two assholes?
I don't know. My name is Beans, and I thought you need a few more bubbles in this hot tub.
And that's why they call you Beans?
Oh, yeah.
And who the heck are you? Blondie.
Baggy Pants Santa Claus.
It's not just a fun name.
At this point, heroes, villains, and sidekicks all just stare at each other.
Now, I'm gonna hop in this hot tub. I'm gonna soak everything I got in my hand bone. We're gonna make some beautiful soup here, okay?
Yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think. You don't know what Julia has. You don't know the power that Julia has. You think you're gonna come into this hot tub and roll the thing around with the Speedos and the blondie there? You don't know what the power. Julia, let me just pull her head out from under where it's been for the last 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
A mighty light explodes from the Ovaltine hot tub as it turns a liquid brown color. Just Ovaltine, don't get any nasty thoughts. The power unleashed forces back Beans and the sidekicks at Baggy Pants Santa Claus as they exclaim,
But there are no
Thunder thighs could fit in my baggy pants.
The villains scramble back looking for towels as they seek to right themselves and seek revenge at the same time.
Look at me down the baggy pants.